So this is Tuesday's daily Boris graph, and it says the second shutdown begins. This is Tuesday's daily Boris graph, which is not running any piece about the loss of homes and loss of housing and loss of safety being imposed on the people targeted for eviction with the resumption of the court proceedings, leading to rubber stamping by the county courts of the eviction applications. And there is this Camilla Tomini, the Boris Graph's opportunistic, poisonous, Brexiteering right-winger, whose headline is "Letting Experts Run the Country Just Isn't Cricket." And Matt's cartoon is "The problem with restrictions is that some politicians don't know when they've had enough." And this is the daily Boris graph, and it is typically all over the place, full of contradictions. Matt is contradicting the headline given to Camilla Tomini's piece, because the Matt cartoon shows that politicians are gormless, and he's obviously implying politicians there, Boris Johnson, but they don't want to sack Matt, apparently because he's been most effective selling point for the paper and the Boris graph because of his kind of semi-independent line. He imposes the restrictions on himself. He doesn't attack the right anyway. He only mocks them and tickles them. So as long as he tickles them, that's fine. And they're saying on the business section, lockdown fear sending the FTSE into red. London's blue chip index has worst day since June as hospitality chiefs plead for more government support. Now we'll come to all of those after dealing with Ruxana Fias in the London Borough of Newham, East London Borough of Newham Council's occupant in the post of elected mayor. Now, this past week she has been quoted, probably by The Guardian, as having expressed concern about the return of the various venues and various kind of ordinary normalcy things, let's say, under the Tories' rule. So let's see. So the Newham Council has put this statement out on Sunday, where it heads the piece, its news release. Mayor demands government lift the threat of eviction from thousands of Newham residents. And there she's quoted as saying, the lifting of this ban on evictions suggests that the COVID-19 crisis is over. But we know that is far from the case. In fact, we are currently fighting to halt a slide back into second wave of infection. At a time when people are being forced to miss work either due to new infection or because they have to self-isolate within a household or because to the shame of this government they can't get a test. It's plain wrong to threaten people with losing their home. Now, this is only part of a longer statement put on the website of the Newham Council. Now, let's start with the threat of losing their home. It is plain wrong to threaten people with losing their home. Now, there is a case. There has been an actual case in Newham where a particular perfectly lawfully entitled and lawfully claimant for the equivalent of rent rebate or housing benefit, which is the local housing allowance, for the past 4 years has been under threat every day, round the clock. The threat of losing their home. And the threat has been caused by Newham Council. And Ruxana Fiaz has been aware of this since at least the time when she became a mayor in May 2018. And in the years that have passed since she became an elected mayor, Roxana Fiaz has been given all the facts, as has her deputy mayor in the name of housing, John Gray, as has the chief executive, as has the monitoring officer, as has the rest of the Newham Council's establishment, including the so-called democratic services, as has the media operations in Newham Council, as has one of the employees in Newham Council who used to be on the Newham Recorder, a woman called K. Atwal. So these people have been aware to various levels, but essentially about the fact that Newham Council has been lying, plain lying. Newham Council has been plain wrong to lie about people. Paraphrasing Roxana Fiaz in her saying that it's plain wrong to threaten people with losing their home. It is plain wrong of Newham Council, and it's been plain wrong of Roxana Fiaz to have been in denial of being told for more than 2 years that Newham employees and Newham Council has been lying and thereby threatening a particular lawfully entitled person with losing their home.